Greetings, my dear students. Fundamental analysis is one of the methods of security market analysis. It involves three steps. First one is economic analysis, then industry analysis, and finally company analysis. In the previous session, we have discussed about economic analysis, and today I would like to discuss with you the topic industry analysis, that is the second step in fundamental analysis. An industry is only a sector of an economy, and it includes a number of firms or companies which produces similar products. And a company is an association of persons united for a common object, and there can be many firms or companies inside an industry. Okay, and while analyzing an industry, we have to consider several factors, and the first factor is product or service. Most of the industries are identified by the product or service they provide, and the success or failure of companies greatly depends on the products offered by them to its customers. So while conducting fundamental analysis, we must give due importance to product or services offered by industry. Okay, and the second factor to be considered is estimating growth. It is also necessary to study an industry's reported revenues and unit volume sales over the last several years, preferably over more than one business cycle. That means a company's revenue growth may result from a higher prices or increased sales volume. So we need to assess the stability of prices or sales volume, because the degree of stability is important or helpful in understanding the risk involved in an investment, as well as to know the timing of the investment. Okay, and the third factor to be considered is industry life cycle, and all the industries exhibit a life cycle characterized by emerging growth, maturity, and decline. There are 4 stages in an industry life cycle. Those are emerging growth, maturity, and decline, and the length of each stage varies from industry to industry and from company to company. Okay, then the profitability of an industry will be different in different stages of life cycle also. Okay, for example, it is very risky to invest in an industry which is in the pioneering stage, that is in the beginning stage, because it is difficult to predict whether the company will survive or not. Okay, and the next stage is the availability of raw material and other inputs. It is very important because some industries may have no difficulty to obtain raw materials, but in the case of some other industries, they have to depend on a few manufacturers alone for raw materials, and sometimes they have to depend on imports also. Okay, and another factor we need to consider while industry analysis is production cost and profit. Bulk quantity production reduce the cost per unit due to economies of scale. Economies of scale means while increasing production, we can make use of the existing employees alone. Okay, means there will not be an increase in labor cost, and we can make use of the existing technology also. So there will be no increase in such cost. So we can reduce the cost per unit. Okay, the lowest cost producer can face price competition easily, either by fixing a higher price to maximize their profit or by setting a lower price to restrict their potential competitors from entering the business. Okay, so the next factor to be considered is competitive forces. These competitive forces were described by Michael Porter in his book Competitive Strategy, Techniques for Analyzing Industries and Competitors. Okay, he described 5 basic competitive forces that determine the attractiveness of an industry. Those are, first one is the ease of entry for new competitors to that industry. The second one is the degree of competition between the existing firms. And the third one is the capacity of substitute product to compete with the industry in which we intend to invest. Okay, that is what meant by the potential for pressure from substitute products. Okay, and next point is that the how much the buyers can influence the price. Then lastly, to what extent the suppliers influence the cost of the industry and thus affect the profit. Okay, by analyzing these factors, we can decide whether to invest in such an industry or not. Okay, so we have to analyze all these aspects, all these competitive forces before selecting an industry for investment. Okay, and the next factor to be considered is that there are different types of industries are there: cyclical industries, defensive industries, and speculative industries. We must understand that in which type of industry the industry belongs to. Okay, the intended industry in which we are going to invest belongs to which category, that we need to understand. Firstly, the cyclical industry means they are affected more by adverse effects, and when the business conditions are improving, that will be affected to cyclical industries in a positive manner, and they are more sensitive to global economic conditions and swings in the price of international commodities market. Okay, they are more sensitive. But in the case of defensive industries, they are relatively stable industries. Okay, and in the case of speculative industries are industries with very high risk and uncertainties for investment, because it is difficult to get proper information about such industries. Okay, and the next factor to be considered while analyzing industry is capacity utilization. If the product offered by an industry are good, there will be great demand for such products, and consequently industry will be able to achieve high growth and prosperity. In such a case, industry can function at its full capacity. Okay, so an industry which make use of their full capacity will be better to invest. Okay, then the next factor to be considered is nature of demand. The prosperity of an industry cannot be estimated accurately if the demand is fluctuating in nature. Okay, and industry with stable demand can achieve better growth. So, the nature of the demand for the product is another important factor to be considered while conducting industry analysis. Okay, and the next factor to be considered is government policy. The policy announced by the government will also affect the industry as a whole. Industrial policy of the government, its 5-year plans, priorities, fiscal policies, etc. have a direct connection on the performance of the industries, and relief, rebate and concessions declared by the government to certain class of industries also influence the function of organizations. Okay, and the next factor to be considered while industry analysis is labor and other industrial problems. A cordial relationship between management and employees is necessary. It's necessary for the smooth functioning of organizations. Okay, and if there is frequent labor problems like strikes is there, it will affect the relationship of the management and employees, and ultimately it will result in the development of the organization or industry also. Okay. And the last aspect to be considered while industry analysis is management. And efficient management is the main strength of an organization, and that actually determines the direction to which the company is moving. Okay, investors would like to invest in betterly managed companies, famous companies, because they can manage any problem with an easiness, with greater ease, to only because of their track records in the field. Okay, so these are all the factors to be considered while analyzing industry analysis. Okay, thank you.